Hi, I'm Armand, and the purpose of this Worker News video series is to teach you about professional disability insurer fraud. By watching this series of videos, you will learn all about powerful, influential people who collude to cheat you out of your disability benefits. You will discover how my disability plan committed insurer fraud with the help of the Health Authority and BC doctors. You will also learn about the Labour Relations Board and other regulatory bodies who support disability insurer fraud by ignoring evidence. Each video in this series will address an aspect of my personal experience with disability insurer fraud. Everything I share with you has been before the BC Supreme Court, and the judge ruled there was no fraud in my petition. You will discover who is doing this for a living and how they do it by violating your rights. However, before I start, I want you to know that I live in a province that's intolerant of people who speak out in a public way. Some BC activists have been removed from court and jailed for speaking out against the corruption they encounter in the judicial and social systems of their province. I want to be free from reprisals, so to protect myself, I disguise my voice, and when I'm well enough to appear on camera, I will conceal my identity. I'm doing this for my protection, safety, and peace of mind. I'm permanently disabled, 63 years old, and recovering from an illness that nearly killed me. It was brought on by living inside an abusive society that marginalized me and treated me as if I were a liar who was just happily unemployed and refused to work. The overwhelming stress of my disability experience completely exhausted my adrenals. I lost 60 pounds and became bedridden. My intention behind Deny Disability is to warn you about what can happen to you if you are permanently disabled in BC. I also hope that you will support me with a charitable donation so I can continue my efforts to inform and educate workers about the hostile, aggressive nature of British Columbia. So this video exposes you to the biggest lie of all, a lie that is so transparent that it will shock your sense of reason as you begin to understand that corruption is everywhere in BC and includes its doctors. So watch now how professionals support insurer fraud in BC. Everyone in authority over me swore they had no knowledge of my workplace accident and insisted my disability was only something I made up to get out of working. Disability insurance doctors claimed my well-documented workplace accident never happened and I was just happily unemployed. Well, that's a big lie, and here's why. I was disabled in a workplace accident. At the end of my entitlement period, my plan administrator terminated my short-term disability benefits. Then I applied for long-term disability benefits. My plan administrator sent me to see an independent medical examiner who wrote a report about me. In his report to her, he confirms my workplace injury. He says, "Thank you very much for sending the extensive medical documentation, as it is most helpful." Without repeating the history again, during a demonstration at work when he was participating in a transfer, he heard a pop in his left knee, and over the next few days, he had to use tensors, ice, and so forth. It bothered him so much, he saw his physician, who sent him to a doctor, an orthopedic surgeon. This evidence appeared before a court, which awarded me long-term disability benefits based on the merits of my case. My plan administrator rejected the ruling of this tribunal, then sent me to their specialist doctor, who wrote a medico-legal report stipulating that I had no workplace accident and was just happily unemployed. This physician's expert medical opinion is just an example of the type of bigotry and arrogance found in some BC doctors. His opinion has absolutely no basis in reality, yet it served as the foundation of my personal and financial disempowerment. He supported his opinion of me based solely on his gut feelings about me. He had all my medical, surgical, and pathology evidence to review and make his opinion. He also read the Claims Review Committee's final and binding award for long-term disability benefits and their reasons for the award. In speaking about my knees, he had this to say: "I am somewhat dumbfounded when I found that far from showing any gross degenerative changes, they appear to show very little abnormality whatsoever." He then furthered his point with this: "My honest gut feeling about this man is that he is happily unemployed. I recommend most strongly that we kill this phoenix before it has time to rise from the ashes. I will be enclosing my account, which I trust your firm will deal with in its usual courteous and efficient manner." His lies became the new standard of truth applied to me by influential people who actively worked to commit insurer fraud. Some BC doctors tell massive lies about disabled workers and get away with it. These doctors are paid well for opinions that are incongruent with your medical, surgical evidence. In a future video, we can explore some of the reasons we support pathological liars in our society. For now, I want you to focus on the lies BC doctors told about me, because you need to understand that medical ethics and standards mean nothing outside your relationship with your doctor. In the insurance industry, physicians and healthcare providers are some of the most opportunistic perpetrators of insurance fraud because it pays so well. In Canada, judges have banned some disability doctors from providing an expert medical opinion because they can't be trusted to be fair. In BC, we support lying doctors and use them to provide biased expert medical opinions. Independent medical examiners who falsify patients' medical reports for the insurance company are committing insurer fraud. Don't you think we should change the way these doctors do business in BC? Please be patient with me as I produce this content for you, because I'm completely exhausted and in recovery from a lengthy illness brought on by the overwhelming daily stress of living with the consequences of another's actions. All unionized healthcare workers are at risk of insurer fraud and corruption in BC. If you love your friends, please warn them about working here and what can happen when disability ends your career. Help me raise awareness about corrupt doctors, employers, and the disability plans on offer in BC. If you find my work of value, please donate to help me stay in my home and recover from medical insurer fraud and disability abuse. I only need your support for a little while as I heal and recover my life. Please donate from the links in my video descriptions or banners. And bless you for your kindness and desire to live a life of awareness and accountability.